Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the final game, game number 3 between Paul Cooper and Chris LeBlanc. Paul's going to be going first, opening up with seven sword of sacred stars. Sacred sword of 7 stars. Going to be banishing that Tempest. Going to be going +1 with that. That card is absolutely insane for that deck. It's a draw power card that lets you go plus. Not only does it let you cycle through cards, but it puts you at significant advantage. I think Paul Cooper actually opening up with a decent hand. I wouldn't say either player opened up like terrible to the point where they couldn't play, but Paul Cooper didn't open up with as much Ravine shenanigans along with Sacred Swords as like a normal dragon game. I think a normal dragon game at least gets 2 of them, and like I think he only used like 1 each game, but that card is absolutely crazy. And let's see if he's gonna even throw out anything first round, because sometimes you don't want to throw up anything first round against other players, because there's always a time where you can get big-eyed and all that other good stuff. We're not going to reach 1K. I don't think it's possible to reach 1K on Dueling Network. It's tough. I think I've reached about 400 or 500 a few times. I don't think I've ever pushed 600 though. But pretty impressive. I mean, this is a pretty exciting duel. I mean, it's a duel not only for money, but it's between 2 really good players, 2 YCS champions. So let's see what is in store for both these players. Now, the only unfortunate part with when you don't actually open up with a board when you're playing dragons is you're kind of susceptible to getting Vandy's Emptiness and instantly losing. But he's going to go ahead and activate Ravine, and he's going to send. Also, Paul Cooper apparently opening up with a bunch of back row hate. I want to see a Malevolent Catastrophe activated. I really do want to see a Catastrophe activated on 4 or 5 cards. Like, it's just so satisfying to see that. It's basically like a Heavy Storm. That's a surprise Heavy Storm. I love it. It's absolutely awesome. But let's see what Paul is going to actually go for. So he's going to go ahead and go for a Blaster. And I guess you can just like attack with one of the dragons each at a time. I want to see a Trident Dragion. Isn't that the card where it can attack 3 times and has 3,000 attack? I think you like pop your own cards and it can attack the same amount of cards that you pop, and you can pop up to 2 or something. So basically, it's 9,000 attack. It's game on its own. So you can go for a Titan Redox, and he says okay. I mean, there's nothing that really stops you from searching, like Herald of Orange Light. That card is so legit. Unfortunately, Ophion's a thing though, so like agents haven't been seeing really any play even in the OCG. So Blaster's going to go ahead and hit that face down card, which I'm going to say it's safe that it's going to be a face down Gear Armor, but for me, even if I had Gear Armor, I would have summoned it face up and gotten that 1100 and flipped it face down. Like, who cares? You always know that the face down card is going to be Gear Armor. And if you're afraid of your opponent, like a Solemn Warning, your 1 Gear Armor, if this in his hand is not a monster, then yeah, I could understand why he sets it. But if it's another Gear Armor, I would have played aggressive all day. Chris LeBlanc is thinking, and he's going to compulse that card. What? Very interesting choice. I really didn't expect that, because what could it be face down that he really needs to protect? Because it was Gear Armor, you could just search out for another Gear and then tribute that Gear, just special summon Gear Armor anyways, and then you'd have the same play. And I mean, it's not like you should be afraid of Blaster. It goes back during the end phase anyways. I felt like, I mean, hands down, I will admit that both of these players probably know Yu-Gi-Oh! Much better than myself. But for me, I thought that it would have been a better play, well, technically we don't know what this is. Maybe he's got OTK, maybe he's got 777 tools, and at that point, hey, you might be able to go for game. Ooh, okay, so that's why. So, okay. Now I understand why he compulsed it. It's simply because, isn't it when, I think it's when this, well, the card's in face-up attack position, it can't be destroyed by battle. So I think it would have been, but, well, it's flipped, so I still think it... Isn't it when it's targeted, it switches battle position? Let's see. When this face-up card is selected, it switches battle position. Ah, okay, gotcha. So, yeah, then it would have died. Because then it would have been face-up defense position. Okay. So, he says it's fine. So, right now, Chris is in a position where he's going to try to synchro. Really? I don't know if that's the... with all that back row, I don't know how I'll save that. But he might have 7 tools. I mean, that's been a pretty popular card now. So he's going to be able to special one character monster from his deck. I would have went for Gigant X just to get some type of advantage. Because it looks like he's kind of hurting on the monster count. But, I mean, there's Call of the Haunted. We saw that, I think, in game 1 or 2. And, oh, Paul Cooper says wait. So, he's got a response, perhaps. He might be Phoenix from Wind Blasting. Okay. He's going to make him top deck that card. Okay. Oh. Well, so which one is he hitting? So I guess he's going for the Synchro Monster. Okay. Okay. So I guess he's smacking him for 500. Because I think in this card, like, most of the characters, it must attack a Fable. Which I think is hilarious. I don't really even think it's that much of a downside. But, I mean, it can make you lose the game certain times. There's a card called, like, All Out Attack Battle Order or something like that. And it basically forces your opponent to attack. And there's, like, a whole bunch of OTKs with Cactus Fighter? Cactus Bouncer? There's one OTK with it. But anyways, Paul Cooper is going to go ahead and activate that Ravine. And let's see what he's going to be able to make, if he's going to even make something. Because he can play it way more passively, and I think that's probably the smarter thing to do. That's one thing that you'll notice, like, I guess you could say, average Dragon players versus players that know what they're doing. You don't always want to go for, you know, XYZs and Synchros when there's multiple back row. You usually end up losing because a Solemn Warning can hurt you a lot more. I mean, I know you definitely get the searches out, but sometimes players, they want to make some plays where they're banishing like the colors that they've already banished, so they don't get the ability to add, and that's where you really lose the advantage that dragons are supposed to generate for you. But let's see what he makes. I would probably say he's probably going to make one monster and just try to attack over it. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, he's already used one size hand. Usually, at most, you play 2. I really don't see people playing 3 of this guy. It's usually like 1 to 2 a Sizen, and then usually it's only 1 248 in his Pachi, or maybe 2. I think 1 is enough though. This card, it kind of sucks when you draw it though, and it has that effect that can change the battle position, which is not bad sometimes. So he's gonna go for Blaster, and then he's saying anything. He says okay. Let's open a Watcher Chat just to make this more entertaining. We're almost getting 900 though, almost. And before 3 Gozen would be awesome. Gozen, you could definitely see how good it was against dragons. And before Gozen, Chainlink 2 7 tools. I see that happening for sure. I like the addition of not only 7 tools, but the addition of Malevolent Catastrophe. That's the card that I'd really like to see. So yeah, it is 1-1 so far, and this duel is going to decide who loses $100 or who wins $100, or if Paul Cooper is going to get his new Jordans. Does it keep the Watcher Chat? Let's see. I like this. I'm surprised you haven't been banned from DN yet. Man, the bad blood, or maybe they're just having fun. But where's the talk about that in Jordans? I love that part. I'm thinking about how I spent that $100. Where is that Jordans? Yes, there it is. There's new Power Jordans. That's hilarious. And when it's selected as an attack target, it changes to defense position, so you don't take any damage. Ooh, that's what I'm liking right there. Paul Cooper has to answer this though, because if he doesn't, it's gonna be game over for him real soon. But the thing is, you already have 1 fire in your hand, and you have Ravine, so one problem I see with summoning Falcedon in that position is that you're going to lose Falcedon. Like, he's going to have to Blaster it. It might have been better to set it. I mean, he knows he has Ravine. He knows the Blaster's bringing back to his hand, so I just don't find it to be, like, the best idea. I mean, if he set it, he probably would have thought it was an armor. So we'll have to see. So he's going to go for Blaster. Oh, surprise. Falcedon is gone. I think setting it would have been a better idea, because Paul Cooper might have been thinking that I can OTK him. Paul Cooper would have then swarmed the field. Probably would have made something like, what's that card called? Snap. Crimson Blader. Crimson Blader, I believe, has to send it to the graveyard too. So I'm pretty sure when it flips face up, it would destroy it, and then I don't know if its effect would successfully resolve properly. I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is weird like that. I know Full Helm Knight with Raikou. Full Helm Knight gets the effect, but stuff like Shura does not get the effect because it has hit the grave. But yeah, I think setting False Knight would have been a move. But like I said, I think these guys are much better players. I mean, they got more titles under the belt, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're always making the best move. But I don't know, what would you guys do in that position? Would you have set False Dyna? Because, I mean, like I said, we know that he has Ravine, so we can search out whatever he wants to search out. And we also know that he has the one blaster in his hand. So let's see if he's going to be able to properly push really hard. I really don't think Chris LeBlanc drew, like, awful. It's just that he happened to get Phoenix Wing Wind Blasted, and he happened to summon the False Dyna instead of setting it when he knew he had Blaster. Like, I don't think Paul Cooper would have been like, oh, I need to Blaster that face-down monster. You know what I mean? I don't think he would have done. He probably would have thought it was a Yurgia armor, and he probably would have went for a Crimson Blader and pushed for a lot of stuff, and, you know, that False Dyna could have came in clutch, popped 4 or 5 cards, and maybe he would have been able to win. But we'll see. He's still able to, you know, do some stuff. I mean, the game 2, I really thought that Paul Cooper won. Like, at one point I was like, no, he's got this. It's game over. But Chris LeBlanc's like, no, you're not going to be able to spend that money. I'm going to beat you. And he proved himself, which was awesome. I love those moments in Yu-Gi-Oh! But, I mean, Paul Cooper hasn't even normal summon. Please, Paul Cooper, go for the Trident Dragon. I want to see that 9,000 attack 1 turn. Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it. No! It's Gozen Match, which is a pretty good card. So, I believe the chain was all backwards. I believe he has to select what he wants with Gozen Match first. And then he can target with Debris Dragon. I don't think there's... I'm pretty certain there's no water targets. But unfortunately, I don't think we'll see a Trident Dragon OTK. But Chris LeBlanc significantly at card disadvantage, but that didn't matter before. All he needed was the ability to make... Oh! Never mind. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast is going to be accurate. Oh, he's going to call GG. Oh, he has Birdman. I think they're calling it GG. I'm not positive. Maybe we'll see some post-commentary from them. Cha-ching. And so, Paul Cooper, we're going to be cashing in. Now you don't get paid. What? I don't know, maybe they were joking about that $100. I thought they were pretty serious. They're having some, like, argument over there. But, anyways, I guess we could... I mean, the game's clearly over. I mean, he doesn't have any hand trap to keep himself alive, and I'm pretty sure Paul Cooper can actually throw out 8k damage. It's not that big of a deal when there's no backward to worry about at all. But, anyways, guys, let me know if you guys would have set that False Dyna. I thought that personally would have been a better move, considering there's so much back row. It just would have been a lot more optimal in my opinion. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And if there's anything that needs to be mentioned, I'll put it down below in the description box, because I don't know if they're just talking smack now. I think they're just going to be talking smack now because, you know, sometimes players like to do that. I like to do that in, you know, first-person shooters like Call of Duty all the time. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And Game 2, man, that was a clutch Game 2. Game 3, a little bit, you know, I would say standard. But nonetheless, great match from both players. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes signing out.